Hello, in this tutorial I will show you how to improve your screencast recorder through Camtasia Studio. I have this recording ready to change. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna use the different options that Camtasia Studio offers. So the first one I'm gonna use is actually the zoom and pan, which allows you to zoom to a specific area of the screen. So I'm gonna go to a specific point where I might need this option, which is here. Now once I have decided the point where I need to create my zoom, I'm gonna click on the zoom and pan, and then I'm gonna add a keyframe. Once I have clicked this button, the keyframe is inserted in my timeline, and then I will be able to modify the position of my zoom. So I can decide where I want it to go. So if I go back and if I test it, then I will be able to see how it changes from its normal size to the zooming. Now once I'm happy with this zoom, then I should go back to my previous position. So what I need to do is actually create another keyframe, and then for this keyframe I have to change the position of my zoom to what it was before, so which is the full screen, and then I can test it again. So I go back and I test it. Another important feature of Camtasia Studio is actually the ability to highlight the cursor events. So if I go to my cursor effects, I can actually set up my mouse cursor to be visible, and I can change its size if I want to. I can also add some highlight effects, and if I click with my left button, then I can show a red ring, and if I use my right click, then I can use another effect. So this will be applied to the whole recording. So if I check through my movie, then I will be able to see that my mouse is actually being highlighted all the way through. And if I check in my timeline, there is a cursor panel, but I can see where it's actually being used. This is my red point here. So that means that I have clicked. And now I'm gonna add callouts. Callouts are very useful to highlight content from my recordings. So I can just use any of these shapes that are already set up here, and I can just click and it will automatically add it to my movie, and I can just click and drag it and modify. I can change its size, and I can also change the border color, and I can add some effects like transparency or flip it if I want to. So once I have done this one, as you can see, it's also added my timeline in the callouts. So that means that in this position my callout will start to appear. So you can test it with my spacebar. Another important feature from Camtasia Studio is that you can actually add some captions to your movie. So if you go to more and select captions, then you will be able to add the text to support your narration. So you can write any comments that will appear in here. So you can actually synchronize your captions with your video. and you can also control that through the timeline in your captions layer. So you can decide where you want your captions to appear. You can also change the appearance of them. You can change the background color and the font color. You can also use the title clips from the More panel, title clips. If you go to idle title clips, then it allows you to create a new screen with the text that you want to. So we can create a welcome screen. And then we can click and drag it to the beginning of the movie. So we can have our first screen before the movie starts. You can also use transitions to connect two different movies or two different sections of your main timeline. So if you go to More and Transitions, then you will be able to set up the transitions between your different sections of your movie. So here's a list of presets that you can actually check and look. You can double click to preview how they work. So if you want to apply that to your movie, then you have to make sure that you have your two sections to connect, and then you just have to click and drag into a middle square that represents the connection between these two sections. If you want to preview this, then you can just click and play. That's it. It's very simple. So you can go back again to clip bin. So these are some of the main features of Camtasia Studio that you can use to improve your video recordings. Thanks for watching.